let's put this off on the bat. I think I accidentally made a monster. So you're gonna need the Dullahan. You're gonna need the ship for some of the parts that are on this ship. Um, Originally this was built in Red Mail, I believe it's called, where you can get like the shielded cargoes and those things. But yeah, so these things are Red Mail, which are that. But yeah, so what we do is we go, I'll just pull this apart level by level to show everything off. We'll grab that and that. We'll move, can you grab these? Alright, let's put them back in there. Okay, so pretty much is, we'll pull this off. That's right, it's okay, so this is all up to your own specifications, what you need, but basically it's gonna need to be like a 2x3 or a 3x2, whatever they're called. So it's gonna have to be 3 2x1s, and then 3 2x1s, so it has to fit that shape. Probably doesn't actually, because you can probably get away with just having like this hollow and just having something up the back here, because eventually how this works, okay, so you've got your entry here that goes into this one, so you're gonna have to have at least a 1x1 here. So pretty much just one of those. So you can have like a 1x1 to a 1x1 goes up onto this next floor, so you would have everything would be able to get into these two here. I've got them set for quarters just for passenger slots. I've got that one set for that just for the crew slots, so we can get our 6 slots. And then my normal or science plus workshop, and then we've got living quarters there for another 2 passenger slots. So what have we got? 2, 4, 6 basically passenger slots. I'm just planning on building this as a cargo hauler more than anything else, but right now it's pretty much anything goes. But so in here we have all of these as the same cargo hauler. So that same cargo hauler, so the Galleon S202 cargo hold. So you've got, what's that, 5, so you got 10 of these basically, so both sides are exactly the same one, all the way down there to that one. So then you go back to here. I put these in just because symmetry, and it also looks better than having, say, let's go through really quickly, try and find engines, because I probably just went straight past them again. I did? Okay, so you could probably put some white dwarfs in. White dwarfs have a higher thrust, which works for this thing because this thing is heavy. I just put these in because they look nice. They have no thrust whatsoever in comparison to, say, a white dwarf. But you could put like Novas in if you want that more bulkier. Either that, or you could put like some supernovas in even. So you could basically just have like 2 supernovas there if you really wanted to. But then the engine thrust on one of those supernovas is, let's just delete that, is about the same as 1 white dwarf. So if you put 4 white dwarfs in, you can get really good power, which would work out. Or if you put, say, 2 white dwarfs and then 2 SAE, whichever ones you want really. I'd probably go these because these have got the higher thrust on them. But you could basically have like 2 of these at the top and then have like 2 white dwarfs at the bottom. I did it that way because it looks really nice. Like they look really good. And then basically, so you've got all of this, like the whole side is that landing gear. I'm not entirely sure if either A, this came from this particular model, so whatever the model was that I said to basically buy at the start of this video. Not too sure if it is this exact model that it came with. I wasn't paying 100% sure, paying 100% when I was actually pulling it apart. But basically, this design with your landing gears is enough landing gears. Without that one, it freaks out. So you need minimum of that. So what's that? 2, 4, 6, 8, so 16. You need minimum 18 landing gears. It may just be a thrust thing. So if you can get landing gears that have higher thrust, yeah, probably go that way. But I'm trying to go for like a clean line look. So that's why I've got basically these pieces here as well. Before I put these in, I had just the shroud braking engines, and it looked ugly as all heck. It was horrific, and so I spent like 20 minutes playing around with this to try and figure out what looked better on here. This is basically down to preference here. I've got these two in here for hauling purposes, just to make it look better. But yeah, so it's basically mid braces in here just to lock these two pieces, this piece into this piece. That's the only reason that one's there, because these lock in together, so you don't have to worry about that. This will lock into the landing gear below it, so you don't have to worry about that one. This one, basically, you just have to put something here to lock there. So you could really put like a 1x1x2 fuel tank, like one of the smaller fuel tanks. Where are they? Fuel tanks. So you could put like, as long as it has, so if it's like this one, so the 500 THE tank, if you could have that one there really, in that spot where that one is, if you really want to. This has got a higher mass than this, so that's the only reason I put bracing in there basically over mass. But pretty much you put that into like there, back together. Then we put these in together. I originally had a 2x3 or a 3x2, whatever the measurement is, I can never remember. But that's basically what I had in there originally, and then it was like, I don't have any like crew space, so I kind of like need some crew space, and I didn't really have anywhere to put crew space. So I was like, what can I do? And so basically that's what I did. I pulled that, no, sorry, I had it on that one. I had it in there. I had the 3x2 or 2x3, depending on how it's pronounced. I had that one in there, and I had like 2 crew space, and I was like, oh yeah, that's not going to work because I'm running like a partial crew build on this one. But yeah, so that's pretty much this all down. These ones work flawlessly. This is why I think I accidentally built what I built. These things, leave them do their own thing, so the moment you enter a system and there's enemies nearby, they will go crazy. They will do their own thing. You can just leave them alone. They will do their own thing. I'm getting like level 30 ships just destroying them with these things. Like, these automatically fire the moment anybody is around. So I think that's kind of why I've accidentally built a monster here. Let's just make sure everything is connected. I'll just cancel it anyway in a second. Yeah, cancel it. So basically, that's how it's built. I originally started building all this at Red Mail with the Dullahan, so I started with the Dullahan, went to Red Mail because I wanted to pick up these plus the, oh, that's what I forgot to show. Pull that piece off, pull that piece off. Nope, it's behind the next one. Okay, so we go that plus that. These ones. So these ones, you can happily fit 4 of them in there. You can happily fit 4 of these in here. So each one of these is 190 weight worth of cargo, or shielded cargo. So what's that? That's 380, that's 760, I think. Yeah, I think it's 760. I don't know, my calculations are never correct. But yeah, so basically I have that in there, which is why I have these 2 sitting up here. You could possibly put more of these on. I don't know where you would put them, because I've kind of got them like that just to make it like symmetry, but also because it kind of looks like it would work. You could possibly take these 2 out, put, say, a shroud or a a Deimos here, and then have something else on attaching to it. I've got this one here because it looks nice, like the nice wing and everything like that. I kind of wish you could actually get a bigger wing. But, so I've got that there. So in saying that, you could also get the actual wing in structure. I don't know if we have it out here, because I'm currently sitting at a completely different station. I'm actually at the medical station, or the medical starship, whatever you want to call it. But in here somewhere, occasionally they sell it. No, they don't have it here. You can get like a little white wing. It looks pretty good. You can attach like 3 weapons to it, I believe. Basically, you could have it attached to that and then have like 3 more attach points out here. So you could, if you wanted to. How I've got this set up, I've got it set up this way for a reason. You get the most amount out your shield. You get a reasonable amount to your engine if you want to put it in there, but I basically level that right to max. I max that out so that the moment we hit a battle, it insta-lights everything up. And then you've got like 2 or 3 to spare for your grav, but your grav's not an essential. As long as you've got some points left over for it, it's not an essential. So a lot of this, like your reactor and stuff like that, your reactor, your grav drive, all of that is up to you what you want to use. I've got this as a C drive, or as a C class. So I'm obviously using these big puppies, but I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work on a B class. I would have to do some testing on that, or if anyone else actually wants to do some testing and just like write it in the comments. But I got it basically set up as a back-mounted one, and it has to be one that goes in. It's not an upwards one, so it is an in one. So this goes into here, which actually I should have mentioned that first. This goes into here, which then goes into the back, into that middle one in there, and then the middle one in here, which then goes to this one, which then goes to your cockpit. So you've got a direct line all the way up. You could mess with like how it sits and stuff like that. You could mess with that if you really wanted to. I've just got it set this way because it's more clean bulk rather than just like messy bulk. You could put windows on the side here if you wanted to. You can do anything you really want. Like this is just my accidental monster that I've built out of a Dullahan too, by the way. So it needs the Dullahan. So you need a Dullahan. I'm not entirely sure where I brought this ship from. I can do some research, and if I find where I actually found one, then I will chuck it into the description. Otherwise, if someone else finds it before I do, chuck it in the description, in the comments, and I'll chuck it into the description afterwards, and I'll highlight who you are and stuff like that. But basically, this thing, like just those 4 alone, like don't need to add any more to this. Like just these 4 alone do enough damage. Like it's 25 hull damage, well, almost 26 hull damage per piece. Times that by 4, it's well over 100 shield damage. All 4 of them are doing at the same time. Not hull damage, sorry, not shield damage. And then it's like stuff all shield damage. But the hull damage, you can usually add with the shield damage, I've noticed, because if you've got something that's like really high hull damage, it will still destroy the shield in a small amount of time, even if your shield damage is lower than your hull damage. Which I try to get these to go the same. Like one of my other ships here, I think it's this one. Yeah, these ones here. So these ones here. Okay, so Vanguard, Obliterator, Auto Projector. Those things aren't too powerful, but I can fit 6 on a B grade. What is it? Is a B? It's a B reactor. Okay, so I've got a B reactor in there, and I've got 6 of them popping off, and because they fire at 6.65 per fire rate, basically, you can get a lot of damage from these things. I originally had 4 different ones on, but they were firing at like half that speed, and they were firing at a little under twice. Yeah, so this is firing a little over twice what their damage would be. Uh, so this is like no, sorry, this is like half their damage with this being a little over twice what it was firing at. I think it was firing at like 1.7 or something like that. So like this is firing pretty much twice as quick as what the other thing was doing, and this is doing half the damage of what the other one was doing. So you're basically getting that damage in half the time. And this thing is a beast. This thing is a monster in itself. Um, there is room for even this thing getting upgraded, but this is actually just about this one. This is just about the Dullahan, which I accidentally built a monster. It is purely a cargo ship. That is purely what this thing is built for. Like, look at its cargo, like 12,000, almost 13,000 weight is what it can hold. This is purely a cargo ship. To the point that you possibly could take out these two here, like this one here and the one on the other side, and build another 4 cargo. You could possibly. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't hold me on that one. But you possibly could do that just by how much this thing can hold and everything like that. But yeah, so you got 580 fuel, you got 931 hull, you got like almost 13,000 just cargo, like plain cargo. Then you got 760 shielded, but shielded isn't a necessity for this build. Shielded is if you want to. If you don't want to go down the path of shielded, if you have no plan on running contraband, because that's what this is. This is a cargo hauler. My character is built as a pilot, primarily built as a pilot, but I am getting him into weaponry as well. So he can go out, he can fight ships if he needs to. Not that this would work because this thing is all automated, so this does it itself. But you could put like manual ones on here, including your auto, so you can have like 2 autos plus, say, possibly like 4 of these things running at the same time. Because you can just put some on the side here, so you can have like one of those double stack ones. What are they called? Over here, these ones. So you could have like one of these, say, right there, and then have 2 of those red ones over here, and then 2 on the other side. You possibly might have the power still to run 2 of these and 2 of them over there, plus these 4 here. You possibly might have the power. If you don't, then I would just say take 2 of these out, and build 2 over here, or even put like one of these on the side with a weapons mount over here, put one over here with weapons mount, or even right there. Actually, you probably could put a weapons mount. Yeah, you can put a weapons mount right there. So you could, in fact, basically have that like that, have one on the other side in the exact same place, and then basically have 4 of those little red guys just firing off, and you could build a monster out of that. Because, like, yeah, I'm getting some, like, these 2, don't worry about those warnings, they always happen if you don't have all your weapons built out, but mine's just a mass issue right now. That's where mine is coming from. Mine is primarily a mass issue because, like, it's almost 3,500 mass. Top speed's 140, but the only way you're going to get that is if you push everything into engine. That's the only way you're going to get that. My mobility is absolutely bollocks. You may be able to get your mobility up more if they have them here. I don't think... No, they don't. You can get side thrusters from some shipyards and stuff like that. You can get side thrusters. So that may make it better. So if you put, say, side thrusters along here and then side thrusters along the other side, you may be able to make the mobility a little bit better, because right now it's got a little bit of backwards thrust from those 3 there. They're the only backwards thrusters. That thing's a scanner. I don't even know if it has any real use. And then you've got basically these, which you could... Let's just pull these out really quickly. So I can just control Z to put them back in. I think it's Control Z, or is it just C? No, it's Control Z. I think pretty sure it's Control Z. So let's go engines. Let's put some white dwarfs in, just to see if we can get some engine power upgrades and stuff like that going. Then we go those two, Control G. There we go. Yeah, so there we go. You can put white dwarfs in there, no problems. So now our mobility is absolutely bollocks. There's no mobility whatsoever. We've just increased our top speed. Basically, that's all we've done. So let's go back to what we had originally of mobility of 13. So white dwarfs would give you an extra 10 to your speed, but you lose all your mobility, and that's not very good for a cargo hauler. You could use any of these really, like any bridge that you want. I just chose this one because it looks the nicest. I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, so I'm all the way. I'll show you where I am in a second. Let's go map. So I'm all the way out here. I had a mission to come out here for later, but so you're here. This is where you'd want to go. So Narian. So you got Alpha Centauri, which is where you start. Well, you don't technically start there, but that's where you go for your very first mission, basically. After you've done basically the intro stuff, and you go New Atlantis. That's where New Atlantis is. So you've got Wolf System there, and then Narion's just there. So you can go straight from here to Narion, and you can do it really early in the game if you want to. But there's not really anything there that you can get that you can't get anywhere else. I would suggest build here, and I think it's here that we need to go. Is it here? No, that's out here, so no, that's not it. I have to remember where Red Mail is. I can never for the life of me remember where Red Mail is. But yeah, basically if you just... Oh no, wait, it's up over here, isn't it? Because there's Crux. Is it this one? Oh no, wait, we don't want to jump. Damn it. I wanted to go into the system. But I'll show you what the inside of the ship looks like in a couple of seconds. This may take a couple of seconds just because the game and my PC don't like each other, which I've heard isn't actually a unregular issue. But yeah, so like my weapon, when the game loads, my weapon is completely maxed out. I can max out the shield if I want. Derelict. Okay, cool. I don't care about that. Let's load the game. Come on, game. Load a little bit quicker. There we go. Let's scan this. So, nope, I haven't been here before, so it's not this one. So this isn't the system we need to be in. Is it this system? Okay, I can't go to there. Okay, so we're gonna have to go to here. Oh, I know where we are. This is a later area, so don't come here. It's kind of loud, but not that loud. Really?
We're right on top.
Okay, I think this is the system we need. Is this the system? No, this still isn't the system. I have no clue. I'll put it in the comment in the description where you're gonna want to go for Red Mail. I'll look it up before I put it in, because I have no clue right now off the top of my head. I know it's near Cracks. I just don't know exactly where near Cracks it is. But I know it's around here somewhere. It's in one of these systems around here. I'm pretty sure it's up here somewhere, but I don't know, I could be wrong. Is it Namira, maybe? Let's find out. Let's go to Namira for no reason. Then let's go to Namira. But yeah, so basically that's why I've got 4 left over, is the jump time now drops from like 8 seconds when you have 1 bar in there to like 3 seconds, 4 seconds, having 4 bars in, so it really drops the time down. So if you're doing cargo haul jobs, you're going to want to jump as quick as possible, because you're going to want to get from one system to the next as quick as possible. Especially if you're picking up new contracts from known systems. Okay, no, it's not this one either, because I haven't even scanned that one, so it's not here. So yeah, I'm just going to write it in the description where this actually is, that you want to go for Red Mile. Because I have no clue off the top of my head right now. It could be anywhere. But yeah, so basically that he's a bit of a monster. I'll just do that. I'll jump out of there. So this is the bridge.
If you don't want to return the hail, that's okay.
Okay, I know about that one. So this is your bridge. Looks pretty half decent. Like, you can see all your turrets and stuff like that, which is the other reason why I went with this bridge. We'll wait for Cora to come up. I really like that. That's funny watching the ladder animation.
Want to hear a joke?
Sure.
We'd love to talk.
Yo, man, can always
Okay, so that's one of them, so don't worry about that.
Higher than a skyscraper in New Atlantis.
Okay, so here we go. Okay, so there's the other one there. Okay, so yeah. So
Yeah, what is it?
nothing. So you got something back here, which I have no clue. You've got this room here, which I still have no clue about. Okay, so this is a civilian room.
We're due for our next jump soon.
Okay, I don't really care. Okay, so this is... Okay, this is a medical wing or a science wing. I can't remember which one it is. It's one of the two, but for some reason one of the other ones isn't connecting. Yeah, some of my containers aren't connecting properly. I don't know why. I will have to figure that out later, but that's the exit. So this is the very bottom of the ship. That's the landing gear thing. That's how you get in from the ground. Then you go up one level. I'm gonna have to mess with the order into what I put these in, because I know it depends on what order they go in. Oh, here we go. Here's another ladder over there. But yeah, so depending on what order you put these in will depend on if you can access them from the same level or if you have to go through different ladder systems. I'm gonna have to look into that and figure out how that actually works. But so there's gonna be one container up there. There's one cargo. There's one container here. There's this container here. There's one directly above this one.
Captain.
There's this one, and then there'll be the one directly above this one. So that's our 6 of them basically. So that's just 6. Can we get back to the? Yeah, here we go. And then so that's the one above that one down there.
If you don't want to return the hail, that's okay.
I'm gonna go shoot that ship in a second, just to see, actually no, I can't shoot it because all my guns are automatic. Okay, so I can't do anything about that ship annoying me with its hail. But yeah, so that's pretty much like the design of it. I don't exactly understand how to connect each one of these together to prevent all those different ladders. I'm not 100% sure about that. Now you could go and put this, like put the, let's see if I have one of them. Oops.
Whoa.
Oops. Run away, run away, run away.
Sorry.
Whoops. That was an accident. I always hit G instead of F. Yeah, so this one here, the frontier. You could use this cab, or the bridge that it has, so it's got the 2 levels here, so you could use this right at the front if you wanted to. So you could use it like in like here if you wanted to. You could use it down here if you wanted to. But well, it'd be here if you wanted to. So you could have basically a few reverses underneath here, have your bridge right down the end here, and then have all of this directly behind it if you really wanted to. The only reason I've got it like this is because you've got this one here and then you've got that there, so that's the only reason I built all of this in the back part of the ship. But if you could figure out how to basically build that into place, and everything like that, and get everything to work out nicely, you could build it differently, but because of all the landing gears and stuff, how the landing gears are structured, this is probably the better way to do it. It is annoying having this part at the back of the ship rather than like the side or the front or even like dead middle somewhere. But hey, it's an annoyance, but I can get over it. But yeah, so this is an accidental monster. I really want to try and find a fight to show you what I mean. I'm gonna get away from that ship because that ship is annoying me now. I don't want to talk to that ship. Okay, so I know what that ship is, and I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to talk to them either. So let's go find some pirates zones. Actually, do I have any pirate missions? I don't think I have any pirate missions left. I don't. So unfortunately, I don't think I can show anything. I may just have to chuck it into post-processing and just add a snippet right at the end of the video of basically these weapons doing what they do best. Because they do fight quite well. The moment you... Okay, I'm just going to ignore them. I don't want to talk to them. So the moment you hit... See, like, it says turrets cannot be fired manually. So that's full auto. But the moment you hit enemy contacts, it automatically fires. And you can be like 600, 700 units or units of measurement away from them, and they're still firing at it. And they usually aim for the closest targets, usually. Sometimes I've had the two left ones firing on a target in front, and then the two right ones firing on something to my right. So they will automatically pick what they fire at. So don't worry about that. As long as you basically have your shield up and your weapon set to max, your engines don't matter because like I'm coasting along at 14. So I could basically put the last into there and then put one more into there. So I could coast along at 30 speed, which isn't actually half bad because 30 speed, those things hit about like a 600. Actually, I think they've got like a range of 1,000 on them. If I'm not mistaken, I think they have a range of 1,000. Let's find out. There we go, 1250. So anything within 1250 range of this thing, it's going to get shot. So you don't have to worry about that. It's going to auto shoot everything for you. It will protect you on your hauling missions if that's what you're going to go for. If you're going to go for like a hauling mission, it's got more than enough carry capacity at almost 13,000. If you've got some, I keep forgetting what they're called. I said it earlier, but hey, if you've basically got anything that you can get caught with and get arrested with, just put it into here, into your shielded. These two do 50% each, so hopefully they stack. I'm not 100% sure if they even stack. I haven't tested that yet, but I would say they would stack if they're 50%ers, and especially because this is Bethesda. Usually everything stacks. You could then put this on the side here with one of those little gun mounty things, the double mounters, and then put 4 of those little red ones that I showed from the frontier. When it loads today, there you go. So you could put 4 of these on, so you could have 4 of them going, and they've got a range of 3,000. So you could manually fire these, and then when you're getting closer, these bigger ones, these ones will kick in as well. So they've got a 1250 range, you've got a 3,000 range with the red ones, so you could be distance shooting with the red ones up here, and then the moment you're getting close enough, these two basically start lighting everything up. Or you could have like the two red one, these two here, 2 reds here, 1 red on the side, 1 red on the side there, so that the moment you get close enough, they have clean line of sight. Then you could do it that way. Even really depends on how you want to place it. It also depends on what weaponry you want, but these four are accidental geniuses. I purely put them on just the giggles. They looked really good, and they weren't. Yeah, granted they're using like 12 power each, so these things use a ton of power. I warn you on that. So basically, you can only keep 2 of these, because one of these equals, I think, 3 of these. Oh no, they're using 12 as well. Okay, so they're power for power. Okay, so yeah, so you probably only be able to run 2 of these. Don't know if you can run 4, but you can run 2 at least. And they've got a 3,000 range, and then you can manually fire these as well. So you can have 2 manuals with 2 auto fires. So basically 2 are set and forgets, and then 2 you worry about. So you can focus on whoever you want to focus on, and then the AI will just take over and just focus on it whoever they want to. But yes, she is a beautiful hauler. Yeah, she's kind of ugly, but she's still quite a beautiful hauler, especially because she hauls like almost 13,000. It's currently the biggest hauler I have built that still functions the way I want it to function. If you were to do this, I would recommend going to any system that has the Deimos stuff, because these ones here only clip from the top and the sides. They don't clip from underneath. So you kind of have a little bit of trouble trying to stack these things, like especially in like if you were to try and stack them in here, you'd have a bit of a trouble. Like nothing is being attached there. There's no attach point underneath there. So this is not attaching to that. It's attaching to this and these. These are attaching to these. This is attaching to that basically, and then this is attaching to these, which is then attaching to the next one, which is then attaching to this, and so they're all tied in nicely. But this is just not attaching to this piece, so that is not a complete 100% attach point. So I wouldn't recommend using these ones. So basically, don't go get them from the red mail system. Red mail, don't go there for these. Go anywhere else. So bring something that has a whole pile of Deimos pieces on it. I would still recommend go the Dullahan, just because this is what this originally started as. I can go find a Dullahan and go add it, like just go get a clip of it and add it in as well, if I remember that part. If I don't, then I'll just put the Dullahan as the thumbnail for this thing, so you can actually see what this originally started at before I just stripped it down to nothing and started a brand new blueprint on the Dullahan. But yeah, so this is pretty much what I was planning on with this build, with this video, was basically just to show you that this here is pretty beastie, and it was an accidental beastie. But yeah, so like if you want to build that, I'm gonna warn you, this is an expensive build, like really expensive build. This is also more of a I'd say probably mid-game type thing, because you need level 4 piloting, so you're gonna have to go on kill runs to, I don't actually know how many enemies he's gonna have to kill. I'm gonna say like closer to 100, like 80 to 100, something in that region, that you're gonna have to kill to get the level C open with piloting 4. So I would recommend take up a whole pile of kill enemy ship type ones, kill power enemy ship ones. Take up a whole pile of them, so that you can get up to rank C as quick as possible. Then you can basically start building these. Even if it means you do some pirating, go get a whole pile of ships, take over the ships, do it that way if you have to, because some of those Eclipse ships sell for pretty good cash. I haven't seen too many of the pirate ones sell for too much. I haven't seen too many of them sell for too much. The only other way would be to pirate the UC ships, but word of wise to that one, don't go playing in the UC region afterwards for any time soon until you pay off your bounty, because they're just going to light you up otherwise. So basically it would be a case of grab it and then go to any other system that is not UC owned. Don't go to the Wolf system, because Wolf is UC. So stay away from the Wolf system. Let's go back here. Is it Olympus that you want? It might actually be Olympus that you want. Nope, it's not Olympus. Okay, so I know too many systems and I can't remember why I know too many systems. It's a system here somewhere. I don't remember where it is for Red Mail, but like it could be Nicola, it could be... It's not Leviathan because we already checked that one. It could be Nicola. It could be over here. It could be one of these ones. I don't know. I'll find out again and I'll post it in the description. Enough of my rambling. But yeah, so basically, if you're gonna pirate UC ships, don't go to Wolf. Go all the way over to this side of the world. So like, actually, I don't even know what's over there. What is over here, actually? Let's just find out really quickly. Oh, it's right here. Porima 3. Is it this one? No, it's the planet. Yeah, there we go. Red Mail. Okay, so there we go. That's where you want to go. So you're going to want to go Porima 3 in the Porima system. Over here is a really fun quest. So with the orbit, there's a ship in orbit. You can help that ship. You go down to Porima 2. Porima 2 then sends you... I can't remember where it sends you, but it sends you somewhere else in the galaxy to go get some parts. And then you basically bring those parts back. They fix the ship, and then the ship's on its way. You can talk your way into that. You can bribe. I think you can bribe, or you just basically deal with it. I would suggest just talking your way through it, because that's so much quicker. But yeah, so basically this is where you're going to want to go. That's Red Mail. That's where you go for all the piracy stuff. So those decryption things that I had on my roof. So there's Porima. So you got Cracks, you got Volti, you got Olympus over there. You've got Alpha Centauri all the way over there. Don't worry about that quest marker. But yeah, so that's where you're going to want to go. You're going to want to go to this system. You can get here really early. Don't worry about that level 30. You don't get attacked too often in this region. I think I've had like one random encounter where pirates were involved, and that wasn't too hard of a thing. They were still kind of low leveled. But then you come to Red Mail. Once you land at Red Mail, go talk to the dude there. And once you talk to the dude there, then you can basically go get the parts that are on this ship. So you can get those parts plus the shielded cargo, which was down underneath there. But yeah, so you can get those two plus the shielded cargo over there. So if you want to go pirating, if you want to go down that route as a character, that's where you go. Go to Red Mail, go get those pieces. I warn you, these are actually, because I've got a particular perk active. So the ones you can first get, I think, are like 5 or 10%. So you're going to have to stick a few of them on your ship. Warning, you are going to have to stick a few of them on your ship until you get a more powerful build going and you've destroyed a lot of things. But yeah, so once you've gotten all your perks up high enough, you can basically get 50%ers, and then you can go get these bigger cargoes, so you can get like really high cargo. Heck, you could have a lot of this cargo space here also as cargo space. I've only got it like this because I've got 2 big gas tanks there, the helium 3 tanks. You could probably just put 1 helium 3 tank in there and have like an extra 4. So you could then double that, so that's what, 14, 15, 20? So that's 1,520 would be your capacity, because it's not going to mess with this cargo if you run the 5 on that side and the 5 on that side, or however many's here. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, so 5 here, 5 there, so that's the 10. So if you have those 10, and then you just remove one of your HE3 tanks, or helium 3 tanks, if you remove one of those tanks, you can basically put another 4 in, and then double that number if you want to. It really comes down to you. But yeah, so that was the premise of this entire build, was basically just to show off that these things here, these four here, are accidental beauties. They will snipe enemies. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is basically just follow the enemies. These things will just do it for you. They will do all the work. If you would put some more lower powered ones, so rather than 12 power each, if you would have ones at like 6 or 4, you could have more of them on your ship, so you could have like another 2 here, but I just left these out here because I wanted like a bridge clear access, so you could actually see where you're going type thing, just as more of a make it look more aesthetically pleasing and more realistic, because like you're gonna have like turrets on the side here. You're not gonna have turrets directly in your view because you can't see past the turret. But in saying that, you could still have like, say, like one here on those weapon mounts that give you 2 access points, and then you could do the same on the other, and you could clear this entire top. But I did this to make it more look like they were like missile silos or something like that. So this is like a SAM site almost. No, it'd be surface to... It would be an air-to-air missile, not a surface-to-air. So it would basically be like a Stinger or something like that. Basically, I built this as making it look like they're SAM sites almost, or missile silos, and then you basically have your big 4 turrets here. But yeah, so that's pretty much the wrap up of this entire thing. Not entirely sure how much this would set you back. The ship itself, the Dullahan itself, I think was 150 to 200,000. So if you've got a spare blueprint, you could probably go down that path. But basically, you're gonna want these sort of ones because they give you access to these ones. So as long as these style ones give you access to these sorts of ones, go for it. Build out of those ones, so it doesn't have to be these exact parts. Don't ask me what they are, like what the brand is and all that, because I can't remember anymore. But as long as, like, if you want to go down this path, it's basically a three compartment wide by like what, 1, 2, that's 6, 8, 9. So it's a 3 by 9 by 4, 5. Sorry, because including that one. So 3 by 9 by 5. That's its entire footprint. It doesn't take up all of that because of this nose piece is now flat, or curved, whatever, angled. Sorry, rather than flat, because I used to have it completely flat out here, but then I didn't like the look of it. It looked ugly as all heck, and basically just did that instead, because it looks a little nicer having a nose like that rather than a flat nose. But yeah, so design is up to you how you want to build it, but that's just how I build it because it looks like it would work. It also does everything I want it to do. It has all the rooms I need. It has all the people space I need it to have. So it can hold 6 crew, and then it can haul, I think, 4 people, maybe 6 people. So you can do some haul missions with some people. You've got cargo hauling if you want to do cargo hauling. It's basically got helium-3 tanks just to make it look like it would be a heavy hitter on your helium-3 builds. And then it's got all these landing gears, which actually look really nice when you're landing and taking off. It looks really nice. But yeah, so that's pretty much this build. This video went a little bit longer than it probably should have. It probably only needs to be like half hour, like 20 minutes, half hour at max, but I rambled on for so long. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. So it's basically just build these in like this. So build your landing gears in. Well, I'd suggest build this piece first. Attach it to this. So have basically that one down, put that in, attach it into this section, put this down, like this neck down first, put this on, and then go from there and start building the base plates, because these all snap together and they snap upwards as well. So then build all your landing gears in place next, I would suggest personally put the Deimos in, but Deimos look nicer, so that's kind of why I suggest Deimos. And like here, you could use like one of those Deimos rampy pieces that you can have underneath your ship. It would probably look a little bit better with a Deimos piece right there, like Deimos ramp. Probably look a little nicer, but then you've got like your stopping power, which it kind of needs, because this thing is kind of heavy. It's got its flyer power, which is completely up to you, but I would suggest use auto turrets that have some range with some stopping power. Because like a 25, almost 26 stopping power is pretty good for an auto turret. Gosh, it's noisy outside. But yes, that's pretty much this entire build. Hope you like it actually, because it took me a good probably like half hour, 45 minutes to actually figure out first what I'm gonna put down, and gosh, it is really noisy outside. First what I'm gonna put down, and then where I'm actually gonna put it. It went through I think about 3 different iterations, and till it got to this point. The landing gears was after I figured out my weight, like how much my base weight was going to cost me, and then all my interiors and stuff like that. So there's a drive in there. There's this over here. So you got your whatchamacallit in here. You grab drives in here. Your generator thing is back here. So your power, your grav. You got shield up here. That's the C grade shield as well. You don't need a C grade shield, but I just do it because you get that little bit extra protection from it. So that's my shield. There's my grav. That's my engines. So yeah, my engines are only B class. They're not the most powerful or anything like that. But you do still get that maneuverability, so it's kind of like the better way to do it. And then my reactor is a C-class reactor as well, so that's this one here. But yeah, so it's kind of like a mixture of like A, B, and C. I don't think there's really much A on here, so it's probably just more of a mixture of B and C. I kind of liked that one. I was originally going to go for a nose build, and then I was like, a cargo ship with a nose build kind of looks a little bit weird. And then I was like, okay, well, let's use this side one, and basically this is where I got to. Originally, I had actually put this on the side, and then the side was like, yeah, no, that looks ugly. So basically this is where I got to, was that there, this one over here, and then your bridges all the way up here. You got your 4 auto turrets up here, which I would suggest leave them as auto turrets and maybe put like a single fire one in here or something like that, or on the side have a single fire one that doesn't use much power. I got 2 helium-3 tanks here. I got my grav in here. I've got storage down in here. So underneath that one is storage. These in here are all habitation type stuff, except for that piece there. But everything underneath that piece of armament is just habitation. And then you got all your landing gears, which you're gonna need. Yeah, that's pretty much the entire build. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. If you got any questions, just chuck them down in the comments. I will try and answer them. If I don't know the answer, I will go find the answer, and then I'll give you the answer so that I'm actually giving you proper help rather than just guessing. Because there's nothing worse than guessing, giving you the wrong information, and then you go and try to do it, and then you go, and then never come back and watch, because, hey, I want to be somewhat informative and still somewhat entertaining as much as possible, even though I just sit there and and a lot. But yeah, so that's pretty much the entire build. I would say it's going to be in the region of like 400,000 to build this ship with the dollar hand. If you just salvage a ship, like even use your starter ship that you get for free, just salvage that, get rid of it, make it into a blueprint, and then use the blueprint itself, like the blank blueprint, you're you're probably looking at about 200,000 at most, I would say. Maybe 250 if you're really unlucky, but I would say 200, 250 is what this is going to set you back if you have a blueprint, like a blank blueprint. So if you hijack a ship, if you find one out in the wilds and you hijack that, make it yours, wipe the slate clean, go blank blueprint. You can build this for about 200,000, give or take. But yeah, so like the only parts you need to go red mail for are those and the shielded cargo. If you're not gonna do any illegal activities or anything like that, you don't need them, so you don't need to go red mail basically. So all of this can be built without going to red mail. I just went to red mail because that's where I got these from. I started building these at red mail for that reason. I think I actually brought this from red mail. The dull hand I think I brought from the person at red mail, or it could be from Hope Town, one of the two. But I would suggest either New Atlantis, the farmstead on Titan, or Hope Town. I would suggest one of those three places if you're going to build something this humongous. These I'm pretty sure are a mid-game type unlock, so you have to level up your skills a little bit. I think that comes under the storage skill actually. So I think that comes from your payload, maybe. It may have a connection to your payload, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so like leveling out your payload, if you're going to become a hauler, level out your payload. It's worth it. It could be anything in there actually, I have no clue. I will go through all this later. And I will just update the description with skills that you're going to need to get all these parts. The parts themselves aren't essential, okay? So that's what I'm saying here. The parts themselves aren't essential. This is just basically an accidental beauty that really just lights things up and destroys everything for me, but this you can build anywhere. This is completely up to you what it looks like as well, so you can use flat ones, you can use whatever you want. I just prefer these ones because these carry the most. These are 975, I believe. They are heavy as all hell, so I warn you. But they carry like 975 from memory. It's like 975 weight each one of them. So that's the only reason I'm getting like almost 13,000 weight. But yeah, so that's, I'm going to keep rambling if I try and do anything else. So yeah, that's pretty much this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, give us a like. I'm not going to force you to subscribe or anything like that. I'm not one of those people that go like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Like, I don't really care. If you don't sub, you don't sub. If you come back and watch again, yeah. Like, if you keep coming back, sub, because I'm just going to release a lot of this sort of stuff. It's either going to be gameplay of games like this, or it's just going to be builds like this, where I just build weird builds like this that somehow work. Sometimes they look ugly, sometimes they look good. Like, I had one build a while ago that was a complete nightmare. It looked ugly as all heck, but it worked. And I basically called it "What Have I Done?" Because I was shocked at what I did to build that, and it still worked out somehow. It was a heavy hauler, it was really fat, really wide, it was heavy as all heck, but it did everything it needed to do. It still had power, it still had maneuverability, it still had everything it needed, but it was an ugly ship. It was something that not even a mother could love. That's how ugly that ship was. But yeah, so that's pretty much this build. It's just it's just an accidental powerhouse, which is pretty much what I wasn't planning on building. But yeah, so if I can get some footage with this thing, I will just basically go either chuck it up as a quick little video, or I'll add it to the end of this video, depending on how I feel. I'll probably just add it as a new video and just basically show you what this thing can actually do in a fight. But yeah, so I'm just gonna leave that there. If you you liked it, chuck us a like. If you didn't like it, don't chuck us a like. Chuck us a thumbs down. I think it all works the same as far as YouTube's algorithm and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure thumbs down and thumbs up all mean the same thing to YouTube. So if you're gonna thumbs down my videos, I don't care. Go for it. It still reaches people, is what I'm saying basically. So YouTube's algorithm, thumbs up, thumbs down, doesn't matter. Comments helps get it out there as well. Share if you want to share it to someone. If you know someone that likes building cargo ships, share it with them. See if they like it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you have a good day, night, whatever time of the day it is there for you. Yeah, and I'll see you around on the next video. Well, peace out.